welcome to What Would Hannah Do? This week on This week on What Would Hannah Do, I'm going to be discussing life after a setback because I've been set back so many times, so many of my plans fall through. Right now, I am tired. I had therapy today. I have a class later tonight at 5. My professor is just going to go all over. Over the expectations for the class because my class has officially started on the day I'm filming this, Monday, January 13th. So classes started today. My class is unlocked on Friday though on the website because I do online classes at the community college. So I'm doing online classes and they unlocked and I'm already like really ahead. I finished as much as I can for my English classes and I'm waiting for my social work textbook to get here and it's not gotten here yet. So I need to email my social work professor. I'm like, hey girl, I don't have my textbook yet. But yeah, other than that, I have my live class tonight for my English class too. Professor to go over. So, I don't know, how's everybody today? What are the vibes? Lately, it's been so hard for me to sleep, so I'm just so tired and lazy today. So I'm just sitting here. I have my blanket. This is just my blanket I use out here, but I have my blanket. I have my emotions are hot shirt or sweater, and we're just vibing. Like I said, oh my god, I have this thing in the corner of my mouth, like, I don't know, it's probably from dry lips, but whatever. It's like in the corner of my mouth and it hurts so bad when I smell. I hate those. So what I was saying, it's been so hard for me to sleep lately. My sleep schedule has been so messed up. Usually I go to bed at like 10 or 11 and wake up at 9. And now I went to bed at like 3 a.m. last night and woke up at like 11 a.m. today, which was so hard. I barely got any sleep that I'm used to. And it was just crazy. So what I've noticed is that obviously when it's around the full moon, and the full moon is tonight, whenever it's around the full moon, I just have a hard time sleeping. My theory is, I posted this on Twitter, my theory is that the moon just wants me to spend more time with her. So she's like, you're not going to sleep around my time. Because I just love the moon so much. If you didn't know that about me, I love the moon. The moon is I love her so much. Love the moon. So, I don't know. Like, I've just been so tired and I've been so like busy with school. Not school, I just started school. What are you saying? I've been so busy with trying to keep my schedule for YouTube good, and I've been doing really good. I'm really proud of myself, honestly. Like, I'm sticking to it. I'm doing so good. Like, on my main channel, I'm doing so great. And this podcast, Life After a Setback, is actually gonna kind of tie in with next week's story time on my main channel. I'm gonna tell a story time next Tuesday, or like the following Tuesday after this, since this goes up on Wednesday. I'm gonna tell a story time of this guy that I recently was talking to that I've known since middle school and how he really messed me up. So I'm gonna tell that story time and how he really, like, that was a major setback after, not talking to him anymore. So it was just a major setback with that. So it's definitely gonna be tying in with that video. And I might go into another topic next podcast episode that also has to tie in with that, just because like that situation was just so major for me and it made me realize a lot of things, and like it heavily impacted like my emotions and my mental health. So that's why my mental health is kind of like right now. So, but I'm still working towards my YouTube stuff. I'm still uploading. I'm still like doing my podcast. I'm gonna keep continuing to do the things that make me feel happy and make me feel proud of myself, because I love my YouTube. I love this podcast, and I'm not gonna let like me being sad about a guy me over like ruin that for me. Like, I was sad for the moment, but it did not deter me from like doing what I enjoy. That. So let's get into the podcast, my dears. I don't know what else to talk about. I don't really know. Is there any other topics I want to cover? I don't know why, but Justin Bieber's been heavy on my mind. I just wanted to say that because I love Justin Bieber so much. Like, I don't know why he's heavy on my mind. I just love Justin Bieber so much. I saw a TikTok today. Oh my god, don't get me started on TikTok getting banned. I'm gonna cry. Check me out on Red Note though. It's the same username, Hannah Lane. But I saw this TikTok today of people singing from like, or like lip sync or whatever, like you do in TikTok, like Justin Bieber songs. And Justin Bieber on my timeline or my Facebook page has like a major comeback right now. Like all the old school believers like me are just going ham. Like they're like, love me, say that you love me. And then they have what other song? Ooh, wow. Oh wait, that's Love Me. Friends say I'm a fool to think that you're the one for me. I don't want to get copyrighted. And then Stuck in the Moment. Oh my god, I just love Justin Bieber so much. I don't know why I started talking about Justin Bieber, but I did. Guys, I love Justin Bieber so much. I don't know, I'm just so tired right now, and I'm like, why is my eye watering? I did my makeup. If you see, I have mascara and a lip product on. I did my makeup for that class. I am so sorry. I'm so sidetracked today. I'm so like, I really do think I might need to get medicated for my ADHD. Like, I have been diagnosed with ADHD since I was 4 years old, and never once have I ever been on medication for it. And I got diagnosed with autism at the same time, so who knows? My brother has ADHD and he was medicated and it did not work for him. Well, my mom and my brother were not fans of the side effects, so they said no. They took off. So, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let's get into the topic. I need to stop rambling. I'm so sorry. Life after a setback. There are so many things. Setbacks can be really hard. Setbacks and changes in life, and you know, getting so excited about a thing that could be happening and then like you not get it or it doesn't happen is just so like painful, especially for me, because I'm the type of person, I plan everything so in advance. And I think that's my downfall, because when I plan everything, I put so much emotion and so much love into this thing that's going to happen. And then when it, like, there's a setback and it doesn't happen, I just get like devastated, you know? Like, I just love to plan. I love to put everything together and like plan every little moment about it. I don't know what it is about me, but I love to plan. And like I said, when my things like set back and like they don't come to fruition, I'm just like, oh my god, that's awful. So I'm gonna go through a few topics today, and then we're gonna talk about them. I'm probably gonna ramble a lot because I'm so like sidetracked today. So if I ramble too much, I do apologize. Just get used to it. That's how it is here. Okay. So let's get into it. Why did I? Please, let's get used to it. Let's get into it. Okay. I have all my notes here, and I have a little timer or a stopwatch on my computer too, just because I want to make sure that I don't go over a good amount of time on here, because I have that class at 5 and it's about to be 4, so I don't want to go over. I want to finish by like 4:50 maybe. So how to stay positive when everything is like feeling negative. Okay, it is really hard to stay positive when negative things are going on. It is literally like you feel like everything is like going at you, like every negative thing is just coming at you all at once. Like, you're like, how the actual does anybody expect me to think positive? And like, that is so effing valid. It is so hard to stay positive when all it seems like is like your world is crumbling below you or in front of you, whatever the phrase is. It's so hard to stay positive when that, but you really like, just, you gotta sit down and you gotta be like, okay, let me center myself. Like, acknowledge the negatives. You really need to like validate your feelings and be like, okay, this is happening. I feel like ass because of this, but I need to acknowledge I'm allowed to feel these feelings. I should not be bottling it up. I say this all the time, bottling up your emotions is never going to do you any good. Bottling up your emotions is a very bad thing, because if you bottle it up, you bottle up everything compiles into one little bottle, and then the smallest thing sets you off and you like explode and you're freaking the fuck out. So do not bottle up. Allow yourself to feel those emotions, acknowledge that you're feeling those emotions, and you know, just don't bottle it up. Okay. And with that, like, it is so hard to practice gratitude, and I know it. When I was homeless, it was hard. It was really hard. You know, living by me and my mom, we were sometimes sleeping in our car. Sometimes we would go to a motel a few nights, couch surf with friends, do whatever we could. And it was really hard. So, not having a place to call your own, and feeling like you have nothing and feeling like you don't have a permanent place and you just feel so lost, you could really genuinely like feel like you have nothing to be grateful for, like nothing good is going on. And even then I still found ways to try to practice my gratitude. At least I'm alive, at least I'm able to eat. At least on days when I had a roof over my head, I was like, I'm so grateful I have a roof over my head today. Even when I'm sleeping in the car, I'm like, I'm so grateful we at least have something protecting us as the car to protect us from the environment. I was grateful that I was living. I was grateful that I had good physical health. I was grateful that the sky is blue. I was grateful for something that is so small and minuscule. I would be grateful for when we're driving and we got a green light and kept getting green lights. Like anything that was so minuscule, even when everything is so daunting at that time, I really had to find ways to at least try to stay positive throughout it, and finding those tiny, minuscule things to keep you going was so hard to do, but it really helped. It helped so much. It helped me. It really just helped me get through it, you know? And you gotta surround yourself with like positive people, you know? If you, and not just in the homeless situation, like I mentioned, I don't need to keep referring back to that, but I probably will. That was definitely a major setback, and that happened like twice. One with my mom, and then the first time with me and my first boyfriend. Control your inputs. You really need to surround yourself with positive influences and people who uplift you. When you are going through such a negative setback, all you want to do is you want to listen to sad music. You want to like, you know, surround yourself with things you're sad. Watch sad movies. When you're sad, you kind of are drawn to the sadness. Or when you're upset, you're drawn to the upsetting feelings. But you really need to surround yourself with people that are positive and are uplifting. Because what's a negative song or a sad song gonna do when you already feel like shit, except for make you feel more like shit? And feeling like shit is not a thing people want to feel. So you really got to try to like surround yourself with people who actually care about you and actually want to see you thrive and do as good as you can in life and great as you can in life. And there are so many people out there. It is so hard to find supportive people sometimes, but it is really important to have those people in your life that are supportive. And, you know, another thing is like creating mini goals. Like create like a tiny little goal. Like even if it's like, say you didn't get a job you were working hard towards so hard, you know, and you get really depressed, you know, you gotta like make goals to at least, okay, I brushed my teeth today. Make goals, okay, I showered today. Okay, I took a step outside today. I took a walk. Okay, I'm gonna cook some eggs today. Make goal, like small goals, so you at least feel as though you're accomplishing things. I know, I don't know if this exactly relates to this, but I know there's this like thing that everybody says that if you make your day, I can't talk. If you make your bed the first thing in the morning when you wake up, you're gonna feel a billion times more accomplished because you already accomplished making the bed. So like, it just you feel so ready to accomplish and take on the day after you just made your bed, because you're like, damn, I did that. I literally just already made my bed after I just woke up. I already completed one of my tasks of the day. Haven't been even up for 5 minutes yet. Clocked it. So like it really like, you know, I encourage that. Like I don't do it. But my sleeping situation is different. My mattress is on the floor. My bed, my room is a mess right now. But it does make you feel so like proud. You feel proud of yourself. You got to accomplish something. And like you really need to reframe some of your setbacks. Like you really like, what helps me is it's a redirection. Sorry, my cat is eating right now. Don't mind her. But it's really, if it's not something so massive, like, you know, someone passing away or homelessness or whatever, and it's just like a smaller setback, you really need to reframe and be like, this is a redirection to something better. When I have thoughts that like, okay, I'm gonna move somewhere, and then that, you know, there's a setback and I don't move, and I get really distraught because I want to get out of Texas. I just hate it here. Take me back to California, please. Anyway, I think of it as redirection. I think certain things happen for a reason, because I always notice in the future, I'm like, okay, in this moment, I feel so shitty that this, and this did not go how I wanted it to. And I feel like crap because, especially me, I'm the person who puts so much time and effort into it. So when it doesn't happen, I'm like, okay, it hurts right now. It hurts so bad right now. Like I said earlier, acknowledge that. Don't repress it, acknowledge it, feel it. Kind of like you got to realize that something in the future is going to be like, okay, this was for a reason. This happened for a reason, and this was prevented and redirected for a reason. I don't know right now, but in the future you will realize. So like that's like really like important to me. I don't know. So another thing I want to cover is importance of self-compassion, like being compassionate to yourself, like giving yourself like, I don't know, giving yourself grace. You do not deserve to beat yourself up. Like, do not beat yourself up over setbacks. Like that, no. Setbacks happen. Setbacks are a way of life. Not everything is going to go according to plan. Your life is not going to be like as you expect it to be. Shit happens, surprises happens, and you know, you gotta learn to roll the punches. But you cannot be blaming yourself and talking negatively to yourself about how it turned out. I was doing that today in therapy today, actually. I was talking about this guy, the guy I'm going to be talking about on my story time next week. I was talking about him, and I was like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe I let myself trust someone, and then I got so let down. I was like down on myself because I was like, crap. Once again, somebody breaks my trust and I keep blindly trusting them, and I'm such an idiot. How could I have let that happen to me? All that stuff. And like, really, I should not be talking like that. Like, mistakes happen. You do not know everybody's intentions. You do not know the future. You cannot predict the future. Even if you have a teensy bit of psychicness, you are not exactly going to know the future. You do not know. So you cannot blame yourself when setbacks happen. You cannot blame yourself when something happens. Mistakes and setbacks are part of being human, okay? Not every aspect of your life is going to be perfect. There's no aspect of anybody's life that's perfect. Everybody has baggage. Everybody has skeletons in the closet, okay? Life is hard, and there's setbacks for everybody, and it's just really hard. And like, you really got to acknowledge that. You're like, okay, I am not the only one dealing with setbacks. I am not the only one this has ever happened to. You are not alone in this. It feels so daunting and scary and alone sometimes, and you're like, nobody understands. But trust me, if you reach out to somebody and talk to somebody, you will see that like plenty of people like understand your perspective. So you also really have to work on how you speak to yourself. Like I said earlier, I was like, I'm so stupid. How could I have let this happen to me? You really, it's funny, everything I talk about always ends up going back to manifestation. You really have to talk to yourself with so much love and compassion. Why is my cat using the litter box? Oh my God. You have to speak to yourself with so much love and compassion. You have to be so nice to yourself and encourage yourself. If you think I'll never recover, you need to remind yourself you're taking this one step at a time. Okay, do not have that never aspect. You, like I said earlier, you do not know the future, what the future holds. So like, you don't know at all. Guys, hold please. My cat's using the litter box. Okay, so as I was saying, you really don't know what the future holds. You don't know. You're taking this one step at a time, and you really need to be more kind and gentle with yourself. You do not deserve to be so mean to yourself. Like, you have to just be kind to yourself. So when I'm saying that, this is how I always keep retying things back to manifestation, because self-talk is important with manifestation. If you believe in manifesting, self-talk is very important. You need to speak like with manifesting. You have to speak as if you already have it. You need to speak, and you need to believe what you're saying, which is so hard to begin to do. This bitch. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. Sorry, my cat, the litter's out here. I'm sorry, blah. So when you manifest, you have to speak as if you believe it. And even with this self-talk, you have to speak as if you mean it. Speaking to yourself and saying what you believe about yourself, you have to really mean it, or else it's for shit. If you don't believe what you say, it's for shit. So, enough with that. You also have to do small acts of self-care. You really have to just take care of yourself. Like everybody knows, if you watch this video, I mean, this is like my second video on this channel, whatever, not everybody knows, but self-care is so important. You can do so much for self-care. Do your makeup, do a face mask, do a foot mask, do a hair mask, like do your skincare, buy yourself a nice t-shirt or something, buy yourself some cozy socks, take a hot bath, like make yourself a like nice hot dinner, or you know, what was I gonna say? DoorDash something, buy some pizza. Like treat yourself to something you want to treat yourself to, because you need to be compassionate to yourself in this time. If you are feeling so low, you really need to be compassionate with yourself, okay? And you really need to challenge like your negative thoughts. Like you have to be like, oh, hold on. Is this negative thought actually what I believe in myself? Like, would I be saying this to somebody I love? If you're like what I was saying, like, you're so stupid, why I'm so stupid, how could I let this happen? I would never say that to anybody except for myself. You really need to think of what you say to yourself, and you need to realize that the words you say could like have like impact to yourself. So that's like really important. You really got to be compassionate with yourself. Next, I was gonna do how to embrace change, but like I don't really do well with change. Okay, so let's do developing healthy habits after a period of neglect. Okay, I wrote all these down. I'm just like little notes. How to rebuild healthy habits after a period of neglect. Okay, rebuilding them, they can feel so like daunting, you know. You really just need to start simple, okay? You could choose one habit that'll be so important to you and just focus on that habit. One that is really easy, well, what seems really easy is, you know, drinking a glass of water a day, or, you know, drinking just more water in general, like starting to drink more water every day, like monitor your water intake. Jesus, I can't talk sometimes. Or another one is taking a walk every day, no matter how long. If you take a little walk every day, then, you know, at least you're feeling like you're starting a good habit. And as you go on, you're going to stack these habits. You're going to be like, okay, I'm walking, and then now I'm going to incorporate drinking water. Now I'm walking and drinking water, then I'm going to incorporate working out. I'm walking and blah, 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 blah. Now I'm going to incorporate self-care. Like, you know, you're going to incorporate things as you go. You're going to plan your life for slip-ups, because life is never perfect. As I always say, nothing is ever perfect, nothing is ever bad. Or like, nothing is ever one thing, perfect or awful, you know? Mixture. What was I saying the other day with the ebbs and flows, ebbs and flows. So you got to plan for slip-ups, because slip-ups happen, and that is a part of life, okay? Shit happens. So you really need to plan. You're like, okay, if I fall off track, this is what I'm going to do to make sure I don't give up completely. This is what I'm going to do to make sure I bounce back, you know, bounce back body T. I don't know why I said that. And, you know, you need to start rewarding yourself too. Like, even if it's a small little reward, like a little piece candy, sorry. Rewarding yourself, or with like I said, the self-care earlier, like reward yourself with self-care, reward yourself with a new outfit, reward yourself with blah, 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 blah. Give yourself rewards so you can help developing those healthy habits after a long time of like neglecting your health, physical health, mental health, etc. You know? Why didn't I do the tongue? Mom, I swear I'm watching Dawson. Okay, what else? I'm like scrolling through these, and I'm like, I don't like it. Ooh, okay. Learning to trust yourself again. I like this one. Because as I mentioned before, it is so hard for me to trust me again. I feel so stupid. I'm like, how could I have put this trust into this person and like let him down? How am I supposed to trust myself and my intuition and my judgment if I can't trust this person? You know, if I can't like, you know, pick the right person to trust, you know? So it makes you really like, who can I trust? Like who? If I can't trust y'all and I can't trust me, who the am I trusting? You know, shit's tough. So rebuilding that after a setback is so hard. It can be a process of building your confidence and like your intuition or whatever, like building like your belief in yourself, okay? You can acknowledge your mistakes without judgment. Now that's something I'm very good at doing. I am able to acknowledge the things I have done and apologize for them or acknowledge what I've done and not judge myself so harshly, because oh Lord, I am my harshest critic. I'm so mean to myself sometimes, but I would never be mean to anyone else. So I like really need to work on that, honestly. So you need to learn how to acknowledge your mistakes without judging yourself. Reflect on what ours are so hard for me, y'all. When I was in elementary school, I was in speech therapy for years because R's are so hard for me. And from time to time, my R's and W's get mixed up or are too close in a sentence. World is easier now. I always fuck up on this one. Oh, the R's too close. R-U-R-A-L. Rural. Hate it. I hate it so much. It's so hard. Rural. That's embarrassing. Let's not do that anymore. So you need to start small after you acknowledge your mistakes without judgment. Like I said earlier, you need to start small, achievable promises and goals to yourself. Like I said earlier, drink that water. This is starting small goals is going to help with a lot of this, because you're going to notice that you can achieve these things. And you're like, okay, I might not have this thing that I was hoping for. And there was a setback. And now I'm so sad. But you're also realizing you're like, okay, I can still do other things. I'm still like proud of myself and I'm still able to accomplish other things. So that's really good. And you need to forgive yourself. Like if something, like no matter what it is, you need to forgive yourself, and you need to not be mad at yourself for the thing falling through. It is not your fault that whatever it was fell through. Like I said earlier, it is not your fault. Mistakes happen. Shit happens. Okay. It is like 99.99999% true that it's I'm pretty sure that it was never your fault to begin with in any situation. It was out of your control. You really need to let yourself realize that it was out of your control. There was nothing you could do, and you need to forgive yourself so you can start making that trust with yourself again, because it is not your fault that those things has happened. Okay? Not your fault at all. And like earlier, damn, all of these are like track your wins. You need to remember the small wins. The small wins are so good. When you, like, with my YouTube, I sometimes look forward to like having a good, like, views, like having a good amount of views on my videos. And when a video doesn't do as well as expected, that's like a setback for me. And I need to remind myself, like, okay, it didn't get to as many views as I wanted, but it did get this amount, and that amount is still good. And that amount is still amazing. Imagine all those people in a room. Like, that's a lot of people. So, like, you know, you kind of reframe it, and you really need to track the wins. And you also, this one's hard. I'm pretty good at it because I'm amazing at everything I do. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Embracing patience. It is so hard at first to learn to be patient. Like, it can be so hard, especially when you're an impatient person. I'm actually like a mixture of both. I'm either really patient or I'm really impatient, and I can never know which one it is. Like, I can never like tell until I'm like in the moment of which I will be. But you really need to embrace being patient, and you really need to embrace like taking a moment to just understand that life takes time and things take time. And even though it might have not happened at the timeline you wanted, it could happen at another date. It could happen at another time. Like, you need to acknowledge the progress that's been going on. And you need to be kind to yourself during the journey and just be patient and loving with yourself. So I know that's really hard, and that could be really difficult. And that could be just like really daunting. Like, this whole situation of setbacks can be so freaking daunting, guys. Like, depending, like, not even depending on like the severity, but like just in general, the setbacks are so daunting, especially when you're like, you hate change and you're like, okay, planned all this, and then you're like, a setback, and you're like stressed out, like you don't know what to do. Like, that could be so hard. So anyway, this video didn't go as long as I expected, but I really have to get ready for class, so I do apologize, Pookies. But I am gonna go. If you guys liked this video, if you guys like this podcast, leave a comment below, like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. And if you made it this far, leave a pink heart emoji because love. But yeah, I'm gonna go. All my social media is in the description below. My main channel is in the description below, and yeah, look out for more videos on my main channel. I have that story time next week, and I have a bunch of videos planned. And look out for next week's video or podcast on this channel. I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Bye.